pipe then came.
Pipe would eventually become larger.
Well, there you go.
Okay, you got 1 minute, everybody.
They don't get any brother-in-law, do you?
Now, how you know?
You okay with that fence? You saw where he wants to put that fence across the street.
Yeah. I don't have any.
They did a lot of electronics dump down there.
You
We were
think
in
you
and
asked
out,
for a
filled my
permit?
whole car up.
Do I? Yeah, he sent me a drawing. I went over there today and measured. It's about 4 foot on that corner.
Good afternoon. Call the order of the regular meeting of the Tiki Island City Council on Tuesday, October 17, 2023 at 6 p.m. in the Public Safety Building. Roll call. Telchik here. Neblett.
Here.
Cunningham. Kaufman. Scott.
Here.
Walker.
Here.
Would y'all please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Consent agenda, all items marked on the consent, marked with a single asterisk on the consent agenda are considered routine by the City Council and be acted upon in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the council member requests it. A, approval of minutes of the September 19th, 2023 regular meeting tax adoption. B, Secretary Treasurer's report, payment of bills for September of 2023. And C, Investment Officer's report for September of 2023. Can I get a motion?
Motion approved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, we have Mayor and Alderman's reports. Reports are limited to items of community interest as defined by Texas Local Government Code Section 551.0415. No action will be taken. On the mayor's report tonight, Reserve B, we had a problem with the inlet pipe. I think we talked about it last month. It will be finished this month, in the next day or two. They ran into a little problems with some stabilized cement. We will have to have an emergency meeting for some change orders for the Tiki Cove Estates. So we'll get with everybody and see when we can get that done. And y'all need to go over the change orders, but we'll have to do that. And it's not on the agenda tonight, but I can put it in the mayor's report. And third thing is I talked to CenterPoint Energy. About a year and a half, we signed with CenterPoint for new street lights, because when the old ones go out, they're replacing them with LED, and there's no going back to the sodium lights that we have. So we made a deal with them, and they're gonna, in the first quarter of next year, they're gonna replace every street light we have. And they're, so that was about a year and a half ago, I think we made that, we talked to them and I signed an agreement with them. All right, Alderman's report. Neblett.
Just briefly, we're done with asphalt work until next spring. We do have some small concrete repairs, notably on Sunset and Westerly. We're getting a bid and bringing those to the board for approval probably in the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Kaufman and Cunningham's not here. Scott.
Congratulations to Ray DeLoso. The building, Water District building was named the Ray DeLoso Water District. Some of y'all were here, a lot of you were here last Saturday whenever we awarded it. When that was Goldie and Steve came up with that. Steve Jefferson, right? Yeah. And so anyway, congratulations to Ray for that. He apparently put in many years of hard work for the city. Some of the citizens have come upon information to believe that they're unhappy with mosquito spraying. Is anybody here going to talk about, is there a citizen that wants to say anything tonight?
It's not in the,
Okay.
there's no
I'll
comment
talk
on
about it
it.
at the end.
Yeah, it's a comment they can.
But anyway, I suggested that they bring their concerns to this meeting. We'll see how.
They go really fast.
Well, we can't talk about that. Mackey Mechanical completed the HVAC replacement over here in the fire department. It seems like they did a good job, a complete redesign, and so far everybody's happy about the humidity levels and so forth. Goldie and I met with the engineer, the project manager, and contractor on the breakwater project. I had a couple of concerns how they were gonna finish up, putting the bottom bolt in. And they addressed our concerns that they, were gonna do it when the water level is low. So, and we were satisfied with that. And so, they assured us it would be built to plans and specs. Also, I wanted to mention, this group, we need to fine tune a process for dealing with ordinance updates. I was looking and we've got ordinances from February, April, June, August, and now September that are either missing and haven't been put where they belong, they've been approved. And so we need to figure out who is responsible for that. And I would propose that we have to bring this up in another meeting, I don't know, but
We will.
I think it should be done like within days or a week of us changing things. Because right now, one example is the curfew, which is really not, I guess that's not a huge deal, but it doesn't live anywhere. It's not in recent ordinance changes. And it's also the ordinance, if you go read it today, it says that there is a curfew. So there's this gray area where it's gone. What we approved in the meeting in August is not anywhere to be found. If I was something I was interested in, I would go look and go, hey, what's the deal? And then the other one is like, we made 5 or 6 ordinance changes on building construction, and they're gone, they're in a gray area. If I was a real good contractor and I'm gonna build something in Tiki, I would go to the ordinances and I would read and say, oh, I can build this way. But then, and then then you say, well, I better go check and see if there's any recent ordinance changes. Well, it's not there either. So you might design a project based on what's I'm talking about on the website.
Yeah. here it is.
Clearly, the ordinance, once we approve it, it exists out there in the world, but anyway, I just think that we need to be a little bit more, tighten that up some so that if I am a contractor or homeowner or whoever, I can either look at ordinance 6 whatever or recent, and it's got one place or the other, either this is the law or recent ordinances is the law. So,
So you're talking about website updates, updating it at the website so it's current.
yeah,
With everything that's been
yeah,
passed.
I mean, that's really the only place you can find,
I read them all the time.
the
Answer
ordinance.
people's questions.
So anyway, and then we're apparently behind on Muni code. We need to
They have all of them.
send some stuff.
They have all of them.
Well, if they have them from February and it's October, then we need to talk to them about. There was a February ordinance change, there was a April, there was two, I think in April, there was a June, August, and September. And so they need to, I guess, button up their suspenders and get a little faster on these things. So, I don't know if you have any experience with other cities, if it takes a long time to get ordinances. on
Yeah,
Muni
I'll
code.
chat with you after.
Okay. And one other strange thing. I'm just curious about what, this is another ordinance thing, how people, us and people out there feel about exotic pets. There's an ordinance about not keeping exotic animals, reptiles, mammals, and on and on and on. And if people on the island, it's a very small island, and I don't feel real good about having a python or a boa constrictor living near me. And so I was kind of curious, I don't know if the chief, would you be the person that would enforce a violation of animal law?
We would, we never have,
Yeah.
but, you know, I'll be glad to check into it.
Well, there's kind of, the definition is.
Do we have a problem? Does somebody have a python that you're worried about?
Yes, not that I'm worried about it, but if one person, maybe more, there could be a dozen or all I know, that's my issue is, I look out here and I think about the Everglades. You know what I mean? 27-foot long boa constrictors. And it's just a thing that I think we should be on top of that. You don't really have any way of knowing unless somebody reports, I guess, that there's they're called exotic, and then the definition of exotic is wild animals. And those are animals that are not native to this area. And then it says including, skunks and raccoons and armadillos and yada, yada, yada. And so it just seems odd to me. I mean, I remember we used to live in Florida years ago, and it always seemed odd to me that somebody could just go buy a boa constrictor that might grow to be 8 or 10 feet long and just keep it around their house and, play with it and everything. And then all of a sudden they decide it bites somebody, and they just kind of slide it into the canal and see you later. And that's the kind of stuff. I think we ought to just be aware of that. And yes, somebody on the island does have a pipe. So anyway, I just thought maybe it's something that we want to see if we want to figure out a way to enforce that, or do we care? That's all I got to say.
You finished? Okay, thank you. Walker?
Two things, the pavilion at the park, several of those tables are broken. One of them has a big chunk out of it, where either somebody stood on it or whatever, and a couple of them are cracked, like pretty badly. And the bolts are rusting to the point that some of them, it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna get hard to actually replace those.
That's already under consideration. We're gonna take 2 tables out of commission because we got too many anyway.
Okay,
The boards are $280 a piece. A table is $1,490.
okay,
So, and we need we could take 2 to 3 tables out of commission, spread them out, use the boards. We need 540 stainless steel bolts at $4 a piece, and we're getting ready to find if we could get them cheaper.
okay,
Material Supply wanted $10 a piece.
yep,
So Home Depot was $380. I'm gonna see if we can find them. So we've already
Okay.
got somebody taking the
So that's being
bolts
taken
out.
care of.
They've already been done.
Perfect.
And we'll take the tables at $280 a board and just remove some
Yeah.
tables and keep those for spare
We'll
parts.
recycle them. Okay,
Now, they're also
Perfect.
talking to Uline to see if we can get a discount, because on Uline's website, it says they don't crack
yeah,
and they don't rust.
clearly they lied.
And so, and they said, well, they didn't have anything they were gonna do far as the warranty, but the warranty on their website, it says they do not crack. And that's one of the written words. So we're looking into,
Okay, because we got 2 that are cracked and one that has a big chunk out of it.
so the cheapest way for us to do it is retire 2 or 3 of them,
Yeah.
use them for parts, and buy new bolts, and stainless steel bolts versus galvanized
Yeah.
or zinc coated. So that's already
So
been
that's in
taken care of.
progress? Okay, and then the other thing was at, actually both of the reserve ponds, those wooden benches, they're dangerous. They're falling over. They're so, a couple of the ponds, there's actually the nice benches, but the wooden ones that are just sit on, they're like leaning to the point that if somebody actually uses them, they're gonna fall over. It's a hazard. They probably just need to be taken out, before somebody actually,
We'll just take them out.
I think just take them out. They're kind of crappy looking anyway. And if anybody sits on them, they're gonna get hurt.
And then
So
maybe some of these organizations can buy a couple of benches and put out
that could be talked about between Tika, Garden Club, others, but I think they need to be removed.
there. Okay.
So, that was it.
Okay, thank you. Reports and presentation, Fire Department.
Fire report for the month of September, we had 6 medical calls, 2 lift assists, 2 motor vehicle accidents, 1 minor fire. The minor fire was a grass fire on IH-45. 1 hazmat call, 1 alarm call. We gave 3 mutual aids to Bayou Vista, 1 good intent, for a total of, 4 canceled routes and 1 false alarm, for a total of 22 calls.
Thank you. Police report.
Calls for the month of September 2023. 3 alarm calls, 34 agencies assist, 3 citizens assist, 1 criminal mischief, 1 disturbance, 7 fire EMS calls, 3 loud music, 1 marine call, 2 silent 911, 1 suspicious circumstances, 1 suspicious person, 2 suspicious vehicles, 1 traffic complaint in the city, 12 traffic stop citations, 20 traffic stop warnings, 1 undesirable person called, 1 violation of city ordinance, 1 welfare check, total 98 calls.
Thank you. Building inspector's report.
Currently, we have 11 new homes under construction. 1 new permit was issued for a house. Permits issued was 55, 29 permits were closed. Replats, one got recorded. Ordinance reviews continue working on updated flood information for CRS and Tiki website. CRS recertification. Package has been completed, and we got it in on time. CRS ISO reports, it's due by October 15th. Marina bulkhead, been receiving engineer updates on it. Non-compliance ordinance issues, 1 bulkhead violation. Ordinance notice of 5 citation fees collected. 8 red tag notices issued, 15 site reviews, 6 by complaint. Efforts continue for ordinance violations for substandard and non-compliant conditions.
Thank you. Ordinance Review Committee report. Thank you. Emergency Management report.
We're into October, still stay vigilant, still have hurricanes coming, so. Just Brandy had sent out information, it is Cyber Awareness Month. So there's a couple classes that the public can take as well, as long as staff wants about mobile devices. And then one's just cyber security in general. You can go to TEAC's website for information about that. Coming up, got seminar for, let's see, Journal of Emergency Management. It's a 1-hour seminar about mental health for emergency managers. Then I got a class on reports for disaster preparedness for healthcare organizations. That'll be the last class for one of my certificates. Continued construction, reroutes. Please use the Y in U-turn, not the Vista. It's just safer. Got Emergency Management Advanced Academy coming in November in Austin, and November 16th in Texas City. The Texas City Lamarck Community Advisory Council as their bi-monthly meeting. It's held at the Nestor Center. And if you'd like to go, just see me or check my website. I'll have the information for that. That's it.
Thank you. Animal Control reports in the package. General business and action items. Discuss and take action to adopt 2024 city holiday calendar. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 8, discuss and take action to name Patty Walker as Tiki Island representative to the H-GAC Board. That's Houston Galveston Area Council Board. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
Yeah, can't second myself.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
There's not gonna be.
All right. Number 9,
It's not gonna be me.
discuss and take action to amend 2024 adopted budget to include $50,000 that was allotted in the 2022-23 budget for the purchase of a new PD unit in fiscal year 2023 to 2024. Motion to discuss or approve?
Motion to discuss.
Go ahead.
I'm just curious, is this something we're gonna be?
Trade it in, because trade in will get us nothing,
So it's just reserved.
just reserve. And they'll use the newest one, set this aside, and they trade them back and forth using them. And then we'll have the new car coming in,
Is it gonna be black or white?
black.
It would be black. I think that's a good color.
Yeah, they're gonna be black from now
More
on.
stealthy.
All right, any other discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Citizen comments, please state your name, comments limited to 2 minutes. Yes?
Mike Axton. Ellen, with respect to your exotic animals, so I have a small fire-breathing dragon. In all seriousness.
How small?
In all seriousness, I just wanted to thank you. I respect and appreciate you bringing up the idea. While we probably don't have a problem right now, I believe that's a big thing of what this group is about, is getting ahead of problems. So I like that you brought that up and appreciate that. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Any other comments? Motion to adjourn.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, I want to tag on something Patty was talking about earlier, and just get the, I guess, the general consensus of the board is that Manny Bruno and Dennis Chapel, Norman's husband, and myself have been looking into ways to redo the bus stop. It's in disrepair, if you haven't noticed, so one end of it's totally missing. The main part of that thing is in good shape. It's got cedar rafters on it that are 4x4, and all that's probably still usable. It needs new ends on both ends, and it's all cedar, and we probably want to keep the cedar, and we'll come up with some different ideas. I just want to, if that's okay, and this may have to be put on the agenda, just want permission before we dig into this too.
We don't need to put that on the agenda. You have permission to go do what you need to do.
Okay, and we'll bring it back to the board before we do anything, of course, so. but-
I don't think you're gonna change the design. Board really doesn't care as long as it doesn't fall on somebody.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other comments? Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you. Norma, I need to talk.